what's really going on in our society. My name is Aaron, and welcome to my channel called Lessons Learned. On this channel, I'll be sharing some lessons I learned along my journey to help you on this journey we call life, so that hopefully we both can change our society by exposing the truth. On this channel, I hope you not only learn a lesson from me, but from my past and present events in our society, so that hopefully we can make future corrections. Also on Lessons Learned, I'll be discussing a wide variety of interesting topics that I feel should be discussed in our society and expose what's really going on in our society beyond the surface by speaking with people from within my community and around the world. What's going on in our society? What happens when the truth is taken out of our society? Our society will become corrupt, filled with lies and deception. In time, I will discuss a series of topics like relationships, conspiracies, race, religions, institutions, and leaders in our society, and so much more. But first things first, how are you doing today in our society? I see, you've been a lot better. I've been a lot better too. I mean, right now, we have a lot of issues going on in our society. At the moment, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We're fighting against a virus right now, like COVID-19 and now monkeypox.
COVID-19, the disease that defined our lives in 2020.
2020 is now the deadliest year in U.S. history.
Since late March, the U.S. has led the world with the most cases and the most deaths, now at more than 334,000. What began as a faraway outbreak in China.
There is growing concern at this hour over a possible outbreak of a mystery virus.
Whenever we hear this is new, we haven't seen this before, we have no history on this pathogen, hairs stand on edge.
Tonight, authorities confirm it is being spread from human to human.
Now also, we've been affected by the restrictions that have been placed on our institutions, businesses, and public places throughout our entire nation.
Low. It's over the top. And they're just ignoring it. It's just crazy. So everybody needs to have a personal choice, no mandates at all for employers, for anybody, for healthcare workers, for anybody, and they need informed consent.
Coming out because I'm completely against mandates. I think they're unethical. I think they're ineffective, and I think they're anti-constitutional.
Well, I'm against the government telling me that I have to have the vaccine. I'm not personally vaccinated, don't plan on being vaccinated. Right. Same for me. Like, if you want to get it, you're more than welcome to, but the government should never tell me that I have to get something ever. So that's more about what it is for us. Like,
if there is risk, there must be choice.
Thousands rallying on the National Mall for the Defeat the Mandates protest, featuring some of the nation's most prominent anti-vaxxers.
Tried to get a burger last night. We got turned away because we didn't have a proof of vaccination card.
I'm not anti-vax. I'm fully vaccinated, but not this vaccine. The main reason being is because it's quote-unquote experimental.
That's not true. COVID-19 vaccines are fully approved, more scrutinized for safety than any vaccine in history.
Also, it's affecting other nations around the world. We have protests from all over our nation because of the injustice in our society, such as Black Lives Matter. These protests have to do with racial injustice in our country.
High tension tonight as the country braces itself for another wave of protests over the death of George Floyd. The unarmed Mr. Floyd, who was black, died in Minneapolis after being pinned to the ground by a white police officer. He was the latest in a string of African-American men to die through police action. There have been protests in at least 30 US cities, with violence, looting and arson in some, and several cities have imposed curfews. President Trump's national security advisor denied there was institutional racism in the US police, saying that most officers were heroes. But a lawyer for George Floyd's family accused the police officer who's been charged with his killing of premeditated murder.
They see this as a pivotal moment in a long struggle for racial justice. But the
I'm a
country is
firefighter,
walking a
not a
dangerous line
virus.
between protest and anarchy.
Asian Americans are facing discrimination not felt since the Japanese-American internment camps during World War II.
Africans living in Guangzhou so that they're being kicked out of their homes and face harassment as health workers step up testing for
systemic racism in the police force.
Roe v. Wade being overturned, which has taken away the choice to have an abortion, and now it's illegal in certain states.
And we will get to Berlin. We will make it a crime in all 50 states to kill a baby.
In a divided America, there was unbridled joy and resolute anger.
And I am absolutely terrified. I'm so beyond livid at what is going on, and I'm going to turn my fear into anger. There will be no functioning society without women, and the women are pissed.
This decision!
More than a dozen Republican states have trigger laws which immediately kick in now and ban abortion. Missouri moved first, then Kentucky, Louisiana, but the rest will follow, forcing women, those who can afford it, to travel to Democratic states like New York or California, where the procedure will still be legal, for now.
We also have gun reform protests because the increase in violence and the increase in mass shootings in our society.
I want to feel safe at school. We're live on TV in Canada. Can I ask you a quick question? What's your name?
Rebecca Salazar. I'm 15 years old.
Tell me why you're here today.
I'm here today to protest against gun violence. I'm sick and tired of seeing the violence. It's not fair that we have to, endure this. We say enough is enough, but it's still happening. When is it going to stop? When will it actually be enough?
What do you think about this happening 5 hours down the road from Uvalde a few days after the mass shooting?
Well, I think it shows that this country is sick and tired. We're sick and tired of seeing blood, especially, the children of our future.
That left a combined 31 people dead. According to data from the Gun Violence Archive, there have been 313 mass shootings and 15 mass murders in 2022.
And that's not even half of it. Furthermore, we have another crisis because of the inflation in our society that's affecting you and me every single day because the cost of living is rising from food prices to gas prices.
Rose 9.1% in June from the year before. They shot up 1.3% just since May. It's the fastest increase in prices since November 1981. Once again, it's confounded experts who had not predicted such a big jump. Nancy Chen is in New York City with the latest. Nancy?
John, this report shows prices for everyday life went up even more than most economists expected. And with wages falling behind, many Americans feel they're running out of options.
Inflation is still running hot this summer.
There's nowhere to run to. There really is no protection here. Nothing is cheaper.
Today's Consumer Price Index report shows Americans paid more last month for just about every necessity, with inflation surging to a 41-year high. Gas prices led the way, up nearly 60% from the same time last year. That pulled energy prices up more than 40%. Food prices continue to be sky high, with meals at home costing families 12% more than last year. Another driver, rents, saw their highest one-month jump in nearly 40 years. Amanda Morrow's rent for her two-bedroom apartment in Manhattan is set to go up $2,200 per month.
We received the dreaded letter, saying that our rent was going to be going up 52%.
She feels her only way
But
out.
things could be a lot worse if you don't expose the truth about what's really going on in our society.
But why is it that people are so willing to believe in these global conspiracies? Why are they so suspicious of institutions? What is that saying about the society on a larger level that people are so fearful and suspicious of their own government?
This is a major fraud in our nation. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
Count the illegal votes. They can try to steal the election from us. If you
This election is over. It's time to put aside the partisanship and the rhetoric that designed to demonize one another.
It's not going to be easy as the president refuses to concede and continues to inflame his 70 million plus voters with the false message that the election was rigged.
I mean, how can you solve an issue without knowing what's the real problem? So let's talk about it, and thank you for joining me on this journey towards the truth. But what is truth? That's an excellent question. The truth is not only a fact or reality, but also it liberates all who finds it. But those who find the truth are only the ones who seek after it, because nowadays it's not easy to find. Furthermore, sometimes it's not easy to tell. But once you hear it for yourself and shown the truth, hopefully you won't be the same after. So let's find out the truth together. But I know this for sure. I believe the truth will set you free. I'll be sharing some fundamental lessons I've learned along my journey, some the easy way and some the hard way, to help you start your journey off in the right direction. Hopefully these lessons will help you in everyday situations and also your relationships, and hopefully you can help me along my journey. I know I'm young and I know I have a lot to learn, but just know I know enough to say lessons learned. Subscribe to my channel. Join me on this journey towards the truth, and let's expose the truth about what's really going on in our society. Press the notification bell to stay updated on lessons I've learned along my journey to help you on your journey and discover what's really going on in our society by exposing the truth. In the next upcoming videos, I'll be sharing 7 fundamental lessons and tips that will help you get started on this journey towards the truth that I believe should be learned from the very start of your journey, so that you can see the truth for yourself in order to see what really needs to change in our society. I'll see you in the next video. Farewell.